Hello again, greetings. Welcome to the next review in our mid-2018 video review series. Today I'm going to bring you another iconic cigar. There are quite a few around, but this one I think holds a special place on our forum at FOH. This is the Hoyo de Monterrey La Hoya de Dieux. I got to admit to you, I've actually gone ahead and clipped the end. And I spent quite a bit of time on the cold draw because it's actually quite unique. For me, that is getting a lot of wood and sort of clove spice from it. So let's go ahead and light it up, and while I do that I could talk about why this cigar is held in such esteem on our forum. Basically, the cigar is part of the Hoyo de Monterrey La Hoya line, and in the La Hoya line we have 3 cigars that have been discontinued in the last 20 years. I'm going off memory here, but 2003 was the, I want to pronounce this properly, the Dieux, which was a Laguido size, like Corona, like a Cohiba Corona Specialis or a Monte Specialis number 2, 38 ring gauge by 152. I think in 2009, from memory, the Dieux, the La Hoya Dieux, which is a Corona's 42 ring gauge by 142. And there's one more, and it's got to come to me. Probably come to me as I keep talking. At the moment, I think one of the reasons why the Dieux is considered iconic on our forum is that this cigar and the Dieux Gourmet, which is a like a slim Panatella, 33 ring gauge by 170mm cigar. They're not officially discontinued, but the Dieux Gourmet hasn't been seen since around 2012, and the last time the Dieux was in production was around 2014, 4 years ago. And right off the bat, I'm getting quite a lot of spice and wood, like I got off the cold draw, like cloved cloves. Yeah, that clove spice is quite strong in it, in the wood. So the only La Hoyo cigars in production at the moment would be the MER and the Deputy and the Sun One. And it just came to me, the other cigar that's discontinued, and only because it was recent. And how could I forget it? I'm smoking through a box at the moment, the De Prince. Now, the Deputy and the De Prince, the Deputy is it's a funny size. It's 38 ring gauge by 110. I think normally Menudos are 42 ring gauges, but this is slightly smaller. You can almost compare it to like a Laguido, like the size that a Cohiba Corona Specialis is, but only cut off shorter. The De Prince was also a unique size, and close to a Petite Corona, but not quite, 40 ring gauge by 130mm. And the MER is like a Demi-Tasse, 30 ring gauge by 100. It's only very, very small. The San Juan is a new release in the La Hoyo line. It's a Genialis size, 54 ring gauge by 150 millimeters, and I think Rio de Seco new release is coming out. It's even bigger than the San Juan, and that's 56 ring gauge, and it's going to be shorter than the San Juan, 140 millimeters long. I guess the days of new releases in the La Hoyo line that are more traditional, more 42 ring gauge and under, I guess those days are gone. But for those of us that have the Dieux still around, you know how good a cigar this is. What I'm going to do is I'm going to smoke through it and come back towards the end of the first third and towards the start of the second third and see if I can pick up any flavours in it, other flavours other than the spice, clove and the wood. And specifically looking for more creaminess, more vanilla. Don't know if I'm going to get that out of, to be honest with you, if it's going to settle that way, but we'll see. Welcome back. So I've had a chance to smoke through towards the end of the first third and come out to the second third. It's smoking okay, although it's opened up a bit of a run on the right side, but yeah, I can live with that. In terms of how it's smoking, it got a little bit spicy there, quite strong those clove spices. The wood started to diminish a little bit, and believe it or not, picked up a little bit more in maybe coffee. Yeah, some of the other flavours that you're inclined to get from Dieux, depending on its development, is vanilla, cream. Some people talk about a cream chocolate, dried fruits such as apricot, figs, black currants, other flavours that you can get out of them. And another interesting one is tea. So what I wanted to discuss while I'm going now through the middle third is the Hoyo de Monterrey, the marker itself. It actually means in English hole in Monterrey, named after the fields where the leaf, the tobacco plants are planted. In the Vuelta a Bayo, San Juan y Martinez region, excuse me. And the Vuelta a Bayo region and San Juan, the San Juan y Martinez, the fields there, considered amongst the best fields for tobacco in Cuba, on the west side of Cuba. And I'm fairly sure I'm correct in saying that Ceiba plants come from that part of that region there, those tobacco fields there, or the leaves for Ceiba. Hoyo de Monterrey is known as a light strength marker, and I believe Hoyo de Monterrey, in fact, doesn't have, mainly the thing that makes it stand out is that it has mainly sago leaves in it rather than the ligero leaves, because ligero leaves are what gives a cigar strength. Now, I'm not saying that in the La Hoyo line there's no ligero leaf. I actually don't know, but this is what I've come to understand and come to read, that the Hoyo de Monterrey cigar is a cigar that has more sago in it and much less ligero. Now, in regards to the Dieux, let's perfectly ashed into my ashtray. Um, I believe the fact that it's a Coronis Grandis, 42 ring gauge by 155 ring gauge, by 155 millimeters. I think the fact that it's 42 ring gauge and it's that length, about a centimetre shorter than the Cervantes, at 10 millimeters. That's what distinguishes it as a smoking experience in comparison to other current La Hoyos, such as the San Juan. And from a personal point of view, it makes me question the ring gauge on the San Juan. Not that it's a bad cigar, they had quite a few and I quite like them, but I do tend to get more tea out of a San Juan than I've ever got out of a Dieux or a De Prince, which the De Prince would be a second favourite, the La Hoyo cigar behind the Dieux. I guess the Dieux, the Deputy and the De Prince, the ones that I've smoked the most, they also have a very light cocoa, what I consider like a milk type cocoa flavour in them. That I guess the San Juan, I don't get that out of the San Juan, and it just piques my curiosity because I wonder if, because of the ring gauge, there's more Velado in it, and I wonder how the Rio de Sego, when that comes out, it's being 56 ring gauge, if that will be similar to the San Juan. Another very important flavour that I didn't discuss previously was vanilla. Vanilla is certainly a flavour that you look for in a Dieux, especially when it's aged 5 years and over. I know Rob and Ken, there's a few videos that they've put up on FOH, one from 2009 and two from 2010, and in the two 2010 ones, Rob and Ken did a couple about 7 months apart, and they were talking about vanilla in the cigar, which, you know, for me personally, it's a beautiful flavour to get out of the cigar. Now, while I've been smoking that and going through the middle third, the spices completely died down, and this has evolved into a slightly different cigar smoking experience, which is quite nice. It's much easier to retrohale than it was before. The viscosity of the smoke in the first third was stronger. It settled down a bit, so there's a bit less smoke off each puff. Still, the spice is still there, the wood. Possibly tea. Dried fruits would be the best way to describe it, but not cream, unfortunately, which is what I would really love to have out of it to do. But possibly, it could be a matter of leaving this certain stick, you know, a couple more years. Who knows? It's already 5 years already, and the next to do that I get from this box code could be cream and vanilla straight off the bat. That's the beauty of cigar smoking. I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to come into and speak again when we get into the final third and provide a summary. So well and truly into the last third, and the cigar corrected itself, which I was really happy about. And each time, construction-wise, the ash has been fantastic. Again, an inch each time, and it's fallen off itself at around the inch mark. unlike most cigars, this is actually settled beautifully, and it's no bitterness or harshness in the final third. The spice has really settled. Still predominantly wood and clove spice. The tea and dried fruits are the main flavours. No specific cream, although you wouldn't expect it if you're not going to get it. The cream from the beginning or into the middle third. You're probably not going to get it. You're not going to get into the final third. But quite pleasantly surprised, I suppose, that the final third is really settled like this. Really, really nice. So if you have to do yourself, you know that, like myself, you no doubt are counting each stick down, because as I said before in the review, they're not discontinued, but they're likely. It's likely that it's not going to come back, and that may be because of the Vitola itself. Being a Coronas Grandes, there's only two other regular production cigars that are that size: the Cohiba Siglo 3 and the Monte Cristo Tubos that are left and that are around. But I can see myself nubbing this, and I'm grateful for smoking this today. But I do feel that out of my, I've got less than half a box left. I could see myself rationing them, and probably wouldn't revisit another one for a year or two for the time being. So thank you for your time today, and I look forward to the next review in the mid-2018 video review series. Until then, happy smoking.